Hi, everybody. Hey, so this is Nola Beckley, your sales director. I am super excited to help you with a few little selling tips as you're starting out brand new. So if you're watching this, you're most likely either a new consultant or possibly you need to go back. You're more of a seasoned consultant, but need to go back and just review a few things, maybe tweak a few things to get your selling up to be up to par where it needs to be. So I just have a few basic selling tips that will help you so much in your business. Super basic things that will make all the difference in the world. You guys will not believe. So just to tell a story on myself, when I was newer and I was, working a full-time job, working my little buns off, and then also trying to make my Mary Kay business a go. And I remember in particular this one Saturday, I drove all the way like 45 minutes each direction to an appointment. It turned out to be a facial because I didn't coach her well enough to turn it into a party. It was a facial, and she wound up purchasing a moisturizer from me, a $24 moisturizer from me. Basically, I call that a token purchase because she felt bad for me. Okay. And I remember on the drive home, so I've been in my business a few months, but I remember on my drive home, I thought, by dang, if I'm going to be away from my family, um, I am, which is my number one priority, if I'm going to be away from my family, I am going to start paying attention. I'm going to make this thing work. So I called up Jen, my senior sales director, and she came and watched one of my parties, and we just tweaked a couple of little things, minor things. And I went from like selling hardly anything clear to where I have done the Queen's Court of National Sales, National Court of Queen's Sales for 4 different times. And so I'm telling you these things that I'm going to tell you work. So don't be nervous. Just know that we've all been there, and the more you do, the better you'll get. In fact, they say last your confidence lies between your last party and your next party. So that means that if you can sandwich 3 parties in a week, then that you're going to be all the much more confident because you'll learn from the first party, you'll learn from the second party, and by the third party, you feel like a master. So there you go. All right. So a couple of things I want to get this out there. So one of the biggest, I think, things that defer newer consultants and even myself when I first started was I did not want to be a pushy salesman. Okay. So I'm going to teach you definitely not to be pushy. There's no way that I would do the Queen's Court of National Sales if I had been pushy. Because if you are pushy or aggressive, a woman seriously will, she'll buy a mascara from you to get her out the door. Those token purchases, like I was talking about. And so, number one thing for you to remember is that the word sell comes from the Greek word sele, which means to serve. So we are there to serve. Um, we are not there to push everybody to buy everything. Our job is to find their need and fill it. And that's exactly what I do. And so a couple of little tips for you. Number one is bring the fun. Okay. So this is not a lecture. Especially my college students have already been sitting in class all day, and they don't need a lecture. It should be interactive, um, a conversation versus you standing up there and lecturing. Okay, so we want two-way communication. Bring the fun. You are the fun factor. Also, another little key is if you're doing an appointment, right after work or whatever, everybody's blood sugar has tanked at that time. And so if you throw some candies out, I always throw candies in my little goodie bag, get their blood sugar up a little bit better so that they can focus, number one, and so they can have a better experience. So there you go. There's a couple of little things. So bring the fun. Here's the other thing is your opening statement. If your opening statement is strong, your closing will be strong. Okay. If your opening is weak, your closing will be weak. And so what you want to do in your opening statement is kind of lay out the game plan for them. You want to tell them that a couple of things. Let me just read from my notes here. So a couple of things that I say, make sure to say in my opening statement is tonight, my number one goal is to pamper you ladies and make you look like $1,000,000. We're going to have a ton of fun. I'm going to be giving away a bunch of free stuff. Who likes free stuff? And get them engaged that way, right? And I say there's no obligation to purchase anything. Um, there's no obligation to purchase anything, but there are three kinds of women that I'm looking for. I am going to educate you on good skincare. I'm also going to educate you on our products, what they do, why I love them so much, how long they're going to last. I like to share my use up rate with you because I used to think Mary Kay was super expensive. And raise your hand if you think Mary Kay is expensive. And I always raise my hand and I point that out. I say, I raised my hand because I thought that Mary Kay was super expensive. And then I crunched some numbers and I'm going to show you how I save you money even over Walmart and Walgreens. No kidding. And once I did that myself, then I feel good about, I can authentically help the college student, starving college student, save money and have amazing skin. And so share that in the beginning of your somewhere in your opening statement. So I'm looking for three types of women. I'm looking for women who would like to become a customer of mine. I'm looking for women who like free stuff. Again, who likes free stuff, right? Have them raise their hand and get excited. And then I'm also looking for women who might want to make a little bit of extra money and who I feel like would be fun to work with and who Mary Kay could benefit by their example and their skills. And so those three types of things that we're looking for. Throughout the party, you'll kind of be thinking about which one of those you may be. So so here's what I'm going to do is during the throughout the party, I'm going to be talking about what everything does for you, how long it lasts, and how much it costs. And so I'd like you to know right up front, the cost if you do fall in love with something, because I'm going to be honest, probably you will fall in love with something tonight. Okay, so I want you knowing right up front how much it costs and how long it lasts. So here we go. So I say that in the beginning, and then I also line out the party. So I say, okay, so first we're going to do a deep pore cleanse. We're going to make your skin feel so soft. How do your hands feel after your satin hands treatment? Oh my gosh, don't they feel amazing? We're going to make your face feel just like that. By the way, our satin hands set is it's also satin hands and body, and it makes an excellent Christmas gift for you want to be the favorite daughter-in-law. Yeah, the satin hand set will definitely put you on the good list. Okay, and so the satin hand set is $35. I gift wrap, I deliver. I have an amazing gift giving service. So there you go. So here's what I did there. Okay, you guys, is I basically sold the satin hand set, but then I'm going to move right along so that they're thinking about that in the back of their mind, but yet, so I'm not pushy or aggressive anyway. I'm just throwing out prices, right? And so what happens, what tends to happen is when you come across as the salesman, whenever you pitch your sale, women are going to be kind of backing off and holding on to their pocketbook a little bit. So it's kind of like playing offense and defense. When you're on the offense, they're going to be on the defense. When you're on the defense, they're going to be playing offense and they're going to come a little bit further. So once you take that little pressure off, so I romance and sell the satin hand set, and then I move right along into the presentation. And so that way I take the pressure off and they are now leaning forward again. They're more engaged again. They're no longer holding onto their pocketbook. So there you go. Okay. So then I let them know that, we're going to do a deep pore cleanse. We're going to play a couple of fun games, make your face feel amazing, earn some free stuff. And then I'm going to find your flawless foundation look. Oh my gosh, who's ever seen a bad foundation job? Okay, well, we are going to find your perfect match of foundation. We have over 21 different shades, and so I can definitely find the perfect match for you. And then at the end, here's what I like to do is I have put together some special discounted packages, party packages that you guys can take advantage of if you choose. Again, no obligation. However, I do have these products here with me. The things that you do fall in love with, then you can go ahead and take those home with you. So there you go. So anyways, okay, so then what I like to do at the very end also is I will sit down with everybody individually and mark your little book for you, this little book that's by your tray, so that you know exactly, what colors we use, what formula we use, and and all of that, and it has my name and number on the back so that you can take that home and reference it if you want something in the future. But I like to, I know, here's what I know is that everybody's skin is different. Everybody's skin needs are different and everybody's budget's different. So I like to do that. Actually, I don't say that right then. Sorry. So what I say is at the end, I like to mark your book with you and show you everything that we did, the formulas, the foundation shade and everything like that. And then if there's anything that you want to purchase later, it's got my number on the back, name and number on the back. So at that point actually is when you can ask me any special skincare needs that maybe I didn't address for you. Maybe you know, I mean, everybody has different things, and so you can ask me that at the end, okay? So that way, ladies, that way they are looking forward to sitting down with you at the end, so that because they're thinking in their back of their brain, you know, okay, that'll be great because that's when I can ask her about, you know, these dry patches by my nose, or this, how to keep my face from getting so oilier, or maybe some deep pimples or something like that, you know. So they're thinking what things that they can ask you because you are their beauty professional, okay? You are their beauty consultant. And so just remember that, you know, here's one thing too, is I want you to know that you probably know more than you think you know. So go in there with confidence. And, you know, if there's a question that they ask you, that you don't know the answer to, then say, that is an excellent question. Let me write that down and I will talk to my director and I will research that and I will get back to you on that. Okay. So they would rather you be honest that way than try and bluff your way through something. Okay. So there you go. All right. The other thing is, okay, so the other thing is, ladies, is like I said, you want to bring the fun factor. You want to make sure that they're engaged and everything, and that you're having fun together. One thing that I do to break the ice is, you know, I do sit in hands with everybody and kind of get to know everybody a little bit, and you can definitely kind of pick up on different personalities, and maybe I call it the art of asking questions. So ask them questions, you know, are you married? Do you have any kids? Where did you go to school? Where did your husband go to school? What do you do? Things like that. So the art of asking questions, and then it's going to be fun because you'll find a common link between them and you if you ask enough questions. And then it's almost like you're fast friends, like you've been friends for life. And one key to selling is, if they like you, they will buy from you. If they don't like you, they will not buy from you. Okay. And so you want to develop that friendship. This is people business. Mary Kay Ash said that P&L stands for profit, and it does not stand for profit and loss. It stands for people and love. And so really developing that relationship will help as well. Okay. A couple of other little tips for you as you get started. Um, so the use up rate, all right, that makes a huge difference because when I looked at a $20 cleanser, and most parties that I do, women are buying a $6 or a $12 cleanser from Walmart, all right. So when they look at a $20 cleanser, they're thinking, gosh, that's super expensive, right? But then when I started asking how long that lasts them, so generally the typical answer that I will get when they buy a $6 or a $12 cleanser from Walmart is it lasts anywhere from 3 weeks to 6 weeks, okay? And our cleanser is 20, and it does three things. It does a cleansing, exfoliating, and it has the toner be built in it. So 3 products in one, and it lasts 4 to 6 months. It lasts about 6 months if you use it morning and night like you're supposed to. Chocolate chip size drop does your whole entire face. So then I divide that. 20 divided by 6 is $3.33 a month, okay? So women that are buying a, you know, clean and clear or clear style, whatever, from Walmart is spending $36 to $72 at Walmart a month for a low grade cleanser, which ours is a department store quality cleanser. Okay. So I like to do that. I like to break those numbers down for them so that they know that they actually are saving money. The other thing I like to do is I like to point out that the cleanser and the moisturizer, you can get the moisturizer with sunscreen, so it does all 5 of the essentials. So if you're a dash out the door kind of girl, or if you're on a budget, the cleanser and the moisturizer does all 5 of the essentials of good skincare. Moisturizer is 24, the cleanser is 20. And so break that down into 6 months, and that's basically $6 to $7 a month. Most women are spending that on a low grade cleanser alone from Walmart. So pointing that out will be a huge. Once I started doing that, my sales skyrocketed. It was so easy to sell. Okay. Now, if you don't know the use up rates, text me. I can go through those with you. And the thing that I'm going to show you to do is like, I've done a bazillion of these, so I can just rattle off numbers and things like that. Easy, right? Because I've done so many parties. But in the beginning, a fun way to do that is you can put, the light's not shining. Okay, so just a little product or sorry, a label, a label on the back of your cleanser and moisturizer, on the back of your products, and you can write yourself a little note, the cleansers, 20 last 6 months, that's $3.33 a month. Okay. And then you've got that number right there. The other thing my dear friend, sister sales director, Stacy Larson taught me is in the beginning when she would get a little bit nervous and start kind of stumbling over her words or whatever, she would tell them right up front. She would say, you guys, I'm super excited. And sometimes when I get excited, I start stumbling over my words. And so just bear with me and laugh with me, not at me. Okay. And then that way, she wasn't telling them that she was nervous. She was telling them that she was excited. So smart. Okay. Super smart. The other place that you can write your use up rates and your fun little information of what these products do is in your flip chart. Oh my gosh, I love the flip charts. And so you can take little notes in there. You can circle the things that mean the most to you and the things that you want to highlight, the things that you want to focus on and highlight throughout your party. That is huge, you guys. So there you go on that. The last thing that I wanted to talk about is, well, a couple of things is you want to do the table close, which is the roll-up bag close. You guys have all seen me do that. So the roll-up bag close, you guys, if you do not show it, they're not going to buy it. All right. Whatever you show them, they will buy. And so, I just, here's one thing that helped me get over the fact that the roll-up bag, the travel roll-up bag was $300, $299.50 actually is the words that I use is when I first started, I thought that's expensive. Okay, I can afford that, but not everybody can afford that, right? So I used to have this little stigma about that. Well, then I started saying, I firmly believe that every woman needs 2 of these. Okay, and they're gonna laugh. They're gonna laugh, and I'm gonna laugh, and it just makes light of it. But here's what happens: is it plants that seed in the back of their brain that, if 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 everybody needs 2, if everybody's buying 2, then one's not so bad, and that took off that little pressure in the back of my mind as well as theirs. Okay, so there you go on that. All right, the other thing is, so you want to go through everything in all of pockets and everything, and I will send another video showing just going through the I deserve it all bag clothes and then also the individual clothes, which will be very helpful. But to keep this short and simple and give you as much information as I can that you can digest in little bits of time, is the other little tip that I'm going to do is use this book only at your parties. Okay, I know that the big colorful lookbook that's twice the size, you guys know what I'm talking about, that you've got probably 10 in your starter kit. If you pull those out at the party, here's what's going to happen. Is you went through your whole party, and what we want to focus on is sets, the basic set, the miracle set, the flawless foundation set. We're romancing and closing sets all throughout the party. If you pull out the big colorful lookbook, that is focused on individual items. Okay, so you'll flip the page and it's going to have this whole scenario of what the new biocellular mask does, or what the new vitamin C squares do, or things like that. It individually points those things out, right? And here's what's going to happen is women are going to be thumbing through that, and then they'll get to the back where you have, I don't know, 20 some eyeshadows. And what's going to happen is they're going to suddenly forget everything that you just told them. So it totally negates your whole party. And they will spend 30 minutes trying to pick 3 eyeshadows, and you just sold $24 versus $300. Okay. And so trust me on this. It sounds like you should bring out that big colorful lookbook. But here's what I do with those is when they book with me, for their PMS appointment, personal makeover session, when they book a party with me, that goes home with them after I've closed the sale, after I've done all of that, then that goes home with them because that is something that they want to sit in front of the fireplace with a hot cup of tea or cocoa and just read through every page and take their time and things like that. And so they can take it home with them. That's kind of one of their hostess gifts from me. They can take it home with them, and then they can start looking at the things that they want to earn for free from you for hosting a party. Yay, yay for that. Okay, so there you go. I hope that was helpful. Just remember, selling means to serve. And I even go so far as I tell everybody at the beginning or at the end as I'm closing, um, my job is not to sell you everything. I firmly believe that everybody's skin needs are different. Everybody's budget is different. And that's why I like to sit down with everybody individually, privately, so that we can mark your book and talk about things. So there you go. So yeah, I let them know I'm not going to be pushy or aggressive. And that is one thing that I've actually added. Okay, last little tip. One thing that I've added at somewhere in the beginning of the party, like during my opening statement, I say, totally there's no obligation to purchase anything. I am the least pushy person you'll ever meet. I know that everybody's skincare needs are different and everything like that. And so you will never find me pushy or aggressive. In fact, my customers, when they see me in the grocery store, they run up to me and give me a hug versus runs the other way. Okay. So I planted that seed in their brain so that they're not afraid of me. You know what I mean? So anyway, so there's one little last tip for you. Hope you have an amazing business, you guys. Call me at least once a week so that we can power up and help you get your business, where it needs to be and your sales where they need to be, which is, average $250 in sales every single party. So love y'all. Talk to you later.